Tuesday. It must be Jeff Bosey Day. What's up, buddy boy?
Oh my God, put it in my ass. Nothing. Nothing. I'm glad it's Tuesday again. I'm glad to go ahead and see all our wonderful, faithful listeners that tune in each Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. to catch another fine episode of No Rhyme, No Reason.
Wow. Was that your AM radio driving around with no pants on in your truck voice?
It's a secret.
Oh, sorry. So
You know,
sorry.
kind of like my underarm deodorant because you got to borrow. Listen, you got to borrow feminine products. They're far more superior than Irish Spring or whatever else there is out there. Listen, I never have to go ahead and sneak behind a woman again to sniff her because I could just like lift my armpit and call it even.
Who uses Irish Spring? What are you, a hobo? I mean, those people still using Irish Spring?
Hey, listen, I figure that's the only way I get in touch with my Irish heritage is throwing on some I said, yeah, that smells like an Irishman.
What do you put on, a couple of clatter rings and have at it with the old soap? Nice.
Listen, I put on a couple of clatterings because the only one who's faithful to myself is myself.
Sweet. So, Bose, you know what tonight is, right? Besides the greatest hour of radio, in the world. I mean,
Um, Tonight is let's see, a lottery.
Mega Millions, baby. 850 million for Mega, 730 million right now for Powerball on tomorrow night. So imagine that's the kind of luck Bosey has. You win both back to back, right? You pay the taxes on the first one by winning the second one. that would be a hell of a treat. But 850 million. So that would be me, right? This is how I would wake up every morning. This would be my pillow of money. I would just be like, oh, what do I do today?
I could see you being like Scrooge McDuck. I mean, you
No
got
way. No way.
no, we're not.
Dude,
No, no,
I'd give
not,
it away.
no.
I'd give away so much money. Forget it.
I'm talking about the quality as far as like you definitely have like the hair color down, but nevertheless, I could see you like dipping into your money bank and going for a swim.
I would no, I have it all figured out. I actually would get like all the people we know in comedy, and I would hand them out like a pile of money each, and then we would all drive past your house and wave all the money because I wouldn't give you any of it, and we would just go like, hi, as you're
Well,
going to
hey,
work in
listen.
the morning in a cold, like 6 a.m. We'll be coming back from, you know, some fancy dinner and just go. Maybe you should have been a little nicer to your co-host if you wanted some money.
Listen, um, I have no problems with everybody driving by and doing like one of those birthday things and waving money in my hand because I'll be just greeting everybody naked in my front door.
And we'll be so wealthy it won't even phase us. Plus, nobody has that kind of vision to even see what the hell's going on anyway. So,
Well, because it's like a big jackpot. We've seen these huge
do you play,
jackpots.
Bose? Do you partake in tickets?
It's amazing. I actually went to 7-Eleven today, and I stood right next to that lottery machine, and I made sure that I just kept walking after I saw the machine.
Well,
I don't.
don't worry. I win. You'll be taken care of.
I appreciate it.
800, 800 million, you're getting a birthday card with a good $100 in there. You know it. I mean,
Well, listen. No one ever denies on your gratitude,
a
Rich.
bottle of Jack Daniels with a $100 bill on it.
Well, now you're up in the stakes, and you're offering almost where I need to give you a hand job for the Jack Daniels.
Well, yeah. I mean, Gentleman Jack, even What would
Jack,
you
Dan-
what would you do? All kidding aside, if you won this thing, okay, what would
Yes.
you do?
Oh, if I ever decided to listen, I wouldn't be one of those people that sit there and go, "I'm going to open a comedy club." No, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to. No, I'm sorry. I would, I would. Let's see. I would definitely go ahead and I would have to invest. I would definitely would have to invest because,
Invest in what? You'd have so much money you wouldn't even need a return on your money.
well, I wouldn't invest in certain penny stocks that are well known, but still, nevertheless, I would go. Like I said, I mean, I would. I think I would have to go ahead purchase the the two houses on either side, just rebuild on the property and just call it Bosie Estates. You know,
Bosie Estates.
and then listen, I could definitely then afford to. I would have to definitely purchase one of those places where you store the storage facilities, so I can put all my Christmas decorations in finally.
Wow. So after winning 850 million with all those wonderful things you're going to do, what would you do
Yeah.
with the other 849,800,000?
Listen, I would definitely listen. The one thing I would definitely have to do is be considerate and at least give. I want to say 49 because I already spent that 1 million. I would give 49 close people each $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is $800 million. Okay, so
So
even
when you
if,
get
no, but just think about this. You could take $100 million and stick it on the side, which is 101 million more than you have now, basically, right? And you would never have a care in the world for another nickel for the rest of your life, right? And you could take care of. I mean, let me tell you something. That would be the greatest party. I would just be sending out. I'd get the fanciest invites. I'd be sending them out to people, and if you got one of those invites, you're getting hammered and you're leaving with a check. I mean, because you can't spend that money. I love the people who right away the first thing they do is they get a lawyer and a tax accountant and they go into a bunker for 3 months and they don't want to tell people they won the money because they're afraid everyone's going to come out of the woodwork. Come out of the woodwork. Don't worry about it. Here you go. What do you need? Here's your check. Get lost. This is it. You're only getting one check. Make it count. Don't fuck up. I mean, it's too much money for one person. Honestly, I hope whoever wins it, I hope there's more than one winner. That's a stupid amount of money for one person.
just imagine like all the people who did the 23andMe and going, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't listen. My my predecessors, my grandfather, my father, they spent years helping the lottery system and funding them. Okay, they spent. I remember like my grandfather had stacks of lottery tickets. My father would easily blow. My father would blow easily.
Whoa, easy.
Not another guy.
Keep
Not
it
another guy.
clean.
At least $200 to $250 a week, and I you see, this is where I felt like
And all
going to. Like,
you wanted was cereal.
that was it. That was it, and a Matchbox car. That's all I wanted. I told him, if you do me a favor, give me the $250 a week. I will take $50 for aggravation purposes to have to deal with you as my father, and at the end of the year, I will give you
2,500
all
bucks.
those 200s that you accumulated and go, you won. Ta-da.
He never won. Never. Nothing.
It was a small, I think it was something where he was like maybe $10,000. That was it. And that was back in 1989 or something like that, and never to be found ever again. It was,
Wow. That's sad.
he spent more on the damn lottery than he actually won over the years.
Hey, Greg DiFilippo's got a good point. If he wins in Florida, there's no state tax. It's only Fed tax. That's an extra, $6-7 million. Whatever it is after taxes, 10 million or whatever it is. But it's a stupid amount of money.
And then I would purposely go ahead, and because of my line of work, I would purposely purchase a scale manufacturing located somewhere in the Midwest just to close them down for good because I had to deal with their product.
Nice.
I would listen. That would be the sweetest revenge. Would be just to purchase this one manufacturer in the Midwest and go, no, you're all fired. Oh no, because we're closing the business. I'm liquidating all the assets and making sure this product is never manufactured again.
I can tell you this: if I won that thing, the first 25, I'd put it on Facebook. I wouldn't even care. I would tell my first 25 friends who come to my house with their mortgage statement, just you're done. I'll pay that off. Oh, how many kids you got? Oh, great. We'll do college. We'll do whatever. I'll put my fun money on the side, but it would be crazy.
Listen, it would be worth the speeding ticket to get to your house. Okay.
It would be, Bose. I would let you too. So hey Bose, I know you're not a sports guy, but I feel like let me get the right side here. This is you know who that is, Mr. Met.
Yes,
Yeah, that's his psychiatrist. So I don't know if you did you see the news today about the new Mets general manager?
I've heard brief ins and outs about
The,
it.
the guy's on a job for not very long. He was, they got a brand new owner, a multi-billionaire
Yes,
hedge
I
fund
heard
guy.
about the guy who wants to
So,
reface the Mets.
well, the new general manager that they handpicked and whatever, and they just got him this year, got shit canned this morning for sending they there was a story run by two reporters that this guy had sent inappropriate texts to a female person in 2016. Um, the best part is they were they were inappropriate texts with inappropriate pictures and dick pics or whatever. And the only thing that I found kind of funny about the whole thing was when he said, "Listen, I did send the text, but it wasn't my dick. it was it was it was a it was a meme one. So the guy not only did the guy get fired, but he didn't even have his own dick in the picture.
So what was he? Was he doing like a porno shoot and like calling in for a stunt cock?
I think he brought in the stunt cock.
I find it. Listen, I just got done looking in the back of this wonderful photo. Okay, listen. Okay,
Out.
listen. I don't know if anybody can see this. Okay, but real close. Any of the comedians would sit there and say that looks like a local um, comedian. I won't say names,
I'd say
but looks definitely
two.
like so. But oh my god.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so poor Mr. Met, after having a big off season so far because they signed the hottest free agent basically on the free agent market, and now back to therapy. They lost a GM. So but I find it crazy is that they hired the guy, they did all this vetting and everything. These texts were from 5 years ago.
Okay.
I mean,
So they're blaming him on stuff that he did
well,
years ago.
they're not blaming him. He did it. He's guilty. I mean, the Mets have a zero tolerance policy now, so out the door, baby.
So
Done.
so much for a background check.
Right.
Good job.
But the reason I bring this up is this could be helpful for you because
I'm not sending any dick pics.
no, because you would use a stunt cock also.
Absolutely.
And what I'm saying is it might make more sense for you to use your own now because this way if they have to use it as evidence, they probably won't find anything.
No, no, absolutely not. I get a kick out of Joan Croupier went ahead and said if Bozy had won, he would go ahead and purchase the Chili franchise.
You'd buy no, I'd say one better. I think that you that you would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and instead you would buy a stack of gift cards. Would you
That's all I'm doing.
celebrate? Would you celebrate at Chili's? Would that be your go-to celebration place?
Listen, I would be doing twofers for everybody for the entire week of my birthday. Okay,
Nice.
it'd be like twofers on Bosie.
Wow. And all that money just sitting there, and everyone's going, he didn't even let us get dessert. $800 million. That cheap bastard wouldn't even let us get dessert.
Hey, listen, the one thing that's a constant that I definitely learned is the more money you have, the less you give it out.
I
For some
I,
odd reason.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it's a life changing amount of money for more than one life. I mean, I look at it this way: I've gone my whole life without having millions of dollars. I don't need 800 of them at the same time. There's not, you know what it is? I'm not a I'm not. I never get those people. Oh my God, I bought a house in in this island and then on the west coast and then upstate. What? No. Why would you bother when you could just travel wherever you want and stay in the best place and never have to worry about owning anything like that? You don't need the investment. You're worth $800 million. What do you need a house for?
I'm remembered of a time when I had a coworker go ahead and state to me, he's like, "Look at if Jeff ever went to go ahead and run for office, it'd be like strip clubs on every corner, and I would have the money to fund it."
That's right. Right. You could pay. You'd actually would be able to pay the girls a living wage.
Well, hey, listen, it's going up to $15 an hour.
Wow. Wow. So I think going forward, sports is going to be interesting. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to wonder if you're going to see more and more female general managers and vice presidents of operations until the tables turn. Because there's a bunch of women out there sending vaggie pics to somebody. I mean, not to us, but to somebody.
Well, listen, that or you go ahead and you just scroll through 8 o'clock shot and you'll find the perfect one.
It's the greatest site ever created, by the way.
Cleavage City all day long. That's all I know about it. I know nothing else.
I know you hate it.
I know it's supposed to be about drinking, and it's more about like cleavage.
So, Bose, will this in any way, shape, or form stop you from being a super supportive Met fan?
Let's see here. No, actually, you want to know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually give it this time around. I'm going to congratulate. I'm totally off topic. I'm going to give it this time around to the Mets because they went ahead and they offered their stadium as one of the huge vaccine centers.
Yep.
And then because they were highlighted and brought up and praised, this time around, Yankees decided to go, oh, we can do it too.
Don't pick on the Yankees.
And I was like, sorry, you came short. Kind of like all your games recently.
Don't pick on the Yankees.
Listen, what have they been doing lately? And pre-COVID, what were they been like? Not that impressive lately.
You just pipe down. Hey, you know what tomorrow is?
Inauguration day.
You know what? I've heard that, but no, actually, tomorrow would be my mom's birthday too. She was an inauguration baby, and tomorrow would be my anniversary with my significant other. That we're together, and so my mom's birthday, anniversary, and it's inauguration day.
You have this all planned out, don't you?
This is our new team right here. This is it. You got JB and Kamala.
KH
coming in, and people are excited. I am going to keep my tradition alive when it comes to inauguration day of never watching one of them. I want to get my life back to the point where I don't want to know how anyone votes, and I don't want to watch inauguration day. And I would love it if I never hear, did you see the tweet from the president ever again? If I never hear that, I'll be the happiest person on earth.
It's funny that you bring this up because earlier today, I was watching I think it was April 2016, the White House Correspondents' Dinner with Obama. Okay. And I actually laughed and giggled, and it actually obnoxiously put a smile on my face watching that Correspondents' Dinner. And the one thing that I have noticed, that there's been a certain someone who hasn't hosted or done not a one. And I actually look forward to those. I mean, like even when you had Bush, which is funny in itself, just saying the word Bush. Even when you had Bush as president, he had someone that dressed up, looked like him, and was able to impression him down to a T. But every single president has gone ahead, except for Reagan in '81. But he had a good excuse not to make that one because recovering from a gunshot. But nevertheless,
fake news.
It's just to the point of like, I actually look forward to watching those because it was a moment to show that they were
human.
What's the word? Human. One of us. But
we're getting some reverb. You got a speaker on or something? Did you put anything on?
Wait, hold on. Is that a little bit better?
Hello. Better. Yep.
Okay, good. My mistake. My bad.
I think that's part of the problem. I think that people, again, I'm never going to go into a crowded room and be like the defender of Joe Biden. But listen, at this point, I'll take sane. If we get sane, normal, and I never have to hear anything again, because these last 4 years were exhausting. People were just, could you, Boats, every day, it consumed them. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, this is where we got.
exactly.
This is what happened.
That
This
that
is,
picture doesn't describe how America is any better.
you know what they don't
Uh,
tell you at this picture is, what do you think happens at the end of that pile when those elephants and those donkeys hit the ground like that? I mean, it's got to be traumatizing.
and the amount of cleanup that's going to be needed.
Yeah.
Um, but nevertheless, I actually was discussing with a customer earlier today. I have not heard or been involved in politics. Uh, and when I say involved, by listening, hearing, and having it shit all over my feed and all over my conversations everywhere I go. Um, and has been the most tiresome. Here we go again, everybody. A try.
Hold on.
It's been very
We have a
tiring.
new word coming out. Let's take it in syllables. Go for it,
Uh,
Bose. Drum roll.
tiresome. There you go. It's been a very tiresome year.
That was a buildup for nothing. That
I
word was
know.
that was
Sorry,
just
it's kind of like my performance in bed. But moving on, it's been such a
alone.
tiresome year with everything and everybody. I mean, watching the comedians divide, watching just local people divide. It's been such a
What?
disgusting
But why
year.
do you think? Do you think that? You think it would have been this bad if we weren't pandemic quarantined COVID? You know what I mean? Like, do you think people would have had something else to keep them busy? I can't imagine everyone in the world would have spent 18 hours a day on social media, tweeting, posting, this, that, and the other thing, and professing their undying love for two guys that, no offense, I'm sure, I don't know them personally, but I'm sure that Biden and Trump would step over your bleeding skull to to get into their car door. But these people, oh my God, I can't do anything. I have to talk about MAGA and the Proud Boys and all this other crap. Enough already. It's
Listen,
exhausting.
it. I think with the COVID, it only heightened the tension level with everybody because everybody was already aggravated
Yep.
and annoyed with their new style of living. I mean, look at this. I mean, like, look what we've been doing for months. We've been doing a Zoom for months on end, trying to bring some form of entertainment to all our lovely people and listeners.
Mission
But
not
at the same,
accomplished, by the way.
uh, but like I said, it's just been it's taken a strain. You had
Will you agree though, Bose? Will you agree that no matter if you're um, a Trumper or a non-Trumper, that I think there's one unifying thing in New York is that everyone thinks De Blasio is a tool. I don't think it matters which way you vote. I don't know anyone that actually says, "Oh, he's a good mayor." Like, I mean, this is embarrassingly he's embarrassingly bad. So I think this little divide in the middle would be unified over the mayor. I mean, his the amount of people that vote for him is such a small number because no one votes in the mayoral election for some reason. But do you know anyone? Have you ever heard anyone in all the years that this guy's been in office praise him?
not a one.
I don't know anyone. I don't know people who live in the city, people who live on Long Island, people that vote blue, people who vote red, male, female, gay, straight, black, white, whatever. No one ever says, that guy's got a handle on the job. No
You
one
know,
likes him.
I would love to go ahead and sit there and say I care about De Blasio as much as like people who. But I just realized I was like that man only covers the five boroughs and that's it.
Yeah.
So he really doesn't stem into
Well,
my neck of the woods.
his stupidity does affect us a little bit, though, in some things because economically, a lot of people on the island work in the city or did work in the city
Yes,
before this. I mean, look, the first year he was in office, remember, or first year or two, whatever it was, he couldn't effectively remove snow from the streets of the city.
and he wasn't there. He was
Yeah,
nowhere to be found.
yeah. Well, he's. I mean, he alienated the police department. He screwed up snow removal. He botched the openings, closings, this, that, and the other thing. We can agree though that he had a very, very. I mean, it was touch and go for a while. I thought he was actually going to pull through. and get the nomination for president because he had such a strong candidacy.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'll tell you right now, the guy that convinced him that he should run for president is the same guy that could sell timeshares in Flint, Michigan. Because,
You know what?
because could you imagine somebody going, Bill, listen, you got this, man. I've done some internal polling. You're a lock.
Well, that's where I would go ahead and sit there and say, hey, if you got that stuff in Flint.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Bose. Let's say hi to some people. You got the feed there? You want to?
Yes, I do. We have
our massive following. Besides my fellow McRibber, Greg DiFilippo. Who else is on there?
Andrew Fredner is watching. Joan Krupe Asher.
Hey,
Greg
Joan.
DiFilippo.
Oh, Joan just had a birthday, right?
Say again? Yes,
Happy
the other day.
birthday again, Joan.
Some people are, accidentally coming across our feed and probably going to go ahead and continue scrolling. Frank Failla.
Hey, what's up, Frank?
Let's hear. Johnny McDonald.
Hey.
Oh, look at this. Dana Marie McAllister. Hey, Dana, how you been?
Hello.
Listen, soon enough, Dana, we will have access for you to call into No Rhyme, No Reason. Listen, also, shameless plug, real quick, to Films on Tap.
Oh, Bose, you would have been proud of me. I had the names ready and everything, bud.
You did?
I did. I can tell you. I can tell you the names now because
you read off the names.
Lead up to it. I want you to build it up because this is my new favorite show next to, of course,
Domestic Disturbance.
Those two idiots on Tuesday evenings at 6:30.
Those guys.
Yeah, those guys.
Well, listen, when you guys get done with us this evening, you go ahead and you feel like catching Carla with Tim and Mike Keegan to watch Domestic Disturbance. You can also catch Carla and Tim one more time on a terrific, yet I have no choice. I'm completely drawn to watching every single Friday at 9 p.m. Films on Tap. That show is outstanding, amazing, well-produced, well-functioned, and it's greatly entertaining with the hosts that are named as, my good friend Rich will start to say.
Well, we got Tim and Carla, who we love, and they're everywhere. And then you got Kevin, Jim, and Chris.
There you go.
Films on Tap, 9 o'clock Fridays, Gubs Radio, Facebook Live, wherever else you find them. And listen, folks, Gubs Radio is there for you. I mean, you could listen. I don't know how many people would have survived the pandemic as well as they did without getting a little bit of laughter here or there. You got your daytime stuff, you got your evening stuff, you got Knock 'em Dead comedy, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday with Sally and Tony. You can always hear Ken Pichelle calling in too and doing his
WeODV.
All right. And you got something going down every night. We got a lot of friends here. You got Graz and Limo Talk on Thursday. You got Films on Tap on Friday. Wednesday night you got Pazuzu with Benny and Don. Monday night you got Steve and Steve and Emily, or the Steve Show. You got
and don't forget Steve and Steve.
Right. You got Chef Felix. You got Rodia's show back on. You got who else we missing? Domestic Disturbance also. You got Zenkuda with Georgia Rose. You got I can't keep up. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you're not listening to GubsRadio.com, you're missing out. You can also go on the GubsRadio.com site and archive shows there and pull them up.
Two more.
Go ahead.
You have Marla Schultz.
Oh, Marla. Apologies, right? And I also forgot Tom Galati, and I also forgot The Work with.
With so many. Listen, there's so many things. You got Does It Get Better with Neil Rubenstein and the psychologist. You have also, and I
the first time you'll say Neil Rubenstein and psychologist in the same sentence, most likely, but
that's true.
3 o'clock. I think that show's on at 3 o'clock.
Listen, another person who I'm starting to slightly adore and get a kick out of. I don't know, Christy Miller.
Yep. So listen,
here's another one.
Full slate anyway. GubsRadio.com. Apologies for any names we botched, but you know what I say, Bose? Fuck them. Nobody ever talks about our show, so hey, we're giving you a plug now. God damn it, watch Films on Tap on Friday and tell them Bozy sent you. You'll learn a lot about movies. It's like the Cliff's Notes for all movies you never heard of. So, Bose, this
Yes.
to me, this behind me, all of
Yes.
this,
Yes.
okay, this is the single biggest reason this country is cracked like an egg. I mean, this stuff is insane. It used to be. I remember going on Facebook for the first time, and I could barely set up an account. You know, like it was like try to put a picture up there, and it looked like the hostage video, right? And then I was like, oh, I wish I had a dog at the time. Oh, I wish I knew how to take pictures of the food I'm eating and post those recipes up there. And oh man, I haven't been on a good vacation, whatever. Well, it went from food and vacations and pets to a crazy political, mind-blowing, the whole world is unhinged landscape in a couple of years. It's just gone completely and utterly downhill.
Well, let's not forget about the constant within you and myself realm of the constant feeds of the bringer shows. Let's not forget that.
Listen,
okay?
Every show's a bringer show. That's it. That's all I'll say. Every show's a bringer show. I mean, if you're working Madison Square Garden, you got to bring people. They just happen to proactively go get the tickets.
They actually want to come and see you. You don't have to sit there and go, listen, I'm giving out 3-minute handies after the show.
Right. And I can tell you guys this, and when this pandemic's over and comedy is back and Jeff Bosey's back on the stage,
I will definitely be giving out handies.
You're going to hear the same 6 minutes of shit you heard a year and a half ago.
Hey, I have an extra 2 new minutes of shit.
8 minutes of shit after this pandemic is over. Yeah, I mean, I can vouch for him. I know that you've written at least one new joke in the last 10 months.
Well, listen, I mean, it's been hard. Okay, it's been a hard 11 months. Or if we can go ahead and bring back the other guy who sits there and tells me what day it is. Good morning. Today is day 324. There was so many people that passed away. Don't know their names. Are there with my thoughts and prayers? Oof. Okay, let's go over the numbers. Every day, so at least I know. Out of all those days,
dude, I give you credit. I give you credit. You know me. We've been saying this for months and months and months. I don't watch any of the press conferences. I don't get into any of that stuff. I try to get sourcing from non-biased. Like, I think it's mind-blowing that between CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Newsmax, OAN, that people think this is news. It's not news. Get your heads out of your ass. It's worse than all of these things together. It's a shit show of misinformation. Now, if you get a kick out of it, you go on for some laughs and some enjoyment, knock yourself out. But these people are going to battle over the information they're getting from them. It's insane. I mean, they stormed the Capitol. I mean,
but now here's the thing. I mean, as much as I would like to go ahead and be as brave as you and knock all these people, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other things, I would love to knock them and sit there and say, listen, all these things are ruining your mind. You need to get off the internet. Get off and unhook, unplug. But then again, then what would we be doing on Tuesdays at 6:30?
Well, I'll tell you this. First of all, I think it's nice that you think that we would be on more than one platform at a time. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Hey, what's this one, Bose? What's the yellow one?
That's I think that's Snapchat.
Oh, never been on.
I want to say it's Snapchat. I don't know. Other than that, it looks like a creepy little ghost from Mario.
Yeah, it looks like Casper giving you, just like dismissing you and walking away.
It's giving me. It's giving me the whole like, I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah. I agree. So I just think that people need to get back to doing their thing, and but you have to admit a lot of people are excited about this inauguration compared to previous ones. I guess I think the country is just a little exhausted now.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
great idea. Great idea.
Listen,
I am not going to argue.
Dude, they pop up everywhere, these stores. I'm just saying, this can happen.
Listen,
It's
I
either
will
going to
be
be
the
that or a Dwayne Reed. You know it, and I know it.
Listen, listen. Did you not see my face just light up when you had that over there?
Yeah, see, I know.
Okay, I was like, more decorations.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'm definitely would shop there. Maybe I don't know. Maybe location.
I got to be honest with you. Listen, I look at it this way: the guy is a brilliant self-promoter marketer. Okay, the level of bullshit that he can peddle on a
I don't know what
consistent
you're talking
basis.
about. I got some penny stock.
But it's phenomenal. I give him credit. You know, second to none. Like he can definitely. But the problem is it just got so exhausting and it's hard to keep up with. And the fact that, you know, like every tweet aged poorly. Everything, you know, and for every tweet that came out in 2020, there was one from 2017 that was the complete opposite, and this and that, whatever. If I'm Biden, I never tweet. So hey, let's see, we might have a little.
Do we have a
We might have a
surprise
guest
guest?
coming on. Is it?
Let's see who it is. Tell them what they want.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey there.
It's Danielle Asher.
Hello there. I heard you saying something about people being excited about the inauguration, so I came ready.
Look at you. Right away, you
Oh,
got to whip out the fun bags and show me and Jeff. All right.
I'm just saying, some of us are excited about tomorrow. It is a good day. It is a good day coming.
I just love the fact that she was able to fill out the word battle.
Yeah.
More, and there's a lot of soul. No, we don't want to look at the nation. We were just concentrating on battle and soul.
So what's up there?
Hello,
Ash?
my friend.
How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm good. I was just telling Jeff that I think a Spirit Halloween store is about to open at Trump Tower after the thing. So.
Oh, look, Leo's trying to make
Oh, hey. What's up, Leo?
He's very
Look at that.
Too.
Wow.
Let's also say hello to Mr. Alfonso Nero Brown. He is kind of hilarious lately. I'll just leave it at that. But listen, folks, even though we do have teespring.com and it does show on our opening credits, listen, it's not too late to go ahead. Listen, Rich, you have your anniversary tomorrow. Listen, even though like you're like got Valentine's Day coming up, everybody. That's in February. Okay, next month. Listen, I say
So
act
it's my
now
birthday.
and pick up the sweet sounds of Rich. Only located at local Tower Records. Okay, this one I can't give this one away. This one is signed by Rich, so I can't give this one away. It stays in my collection forever. But listen, when the time is right and the mood is happening, pick up the sweet sounds.
You
This
don't
is
even,
a lot better. This is a lot better than Gwyneth Paltrow's candle exploding in the UK.
That's
Now,
true.
what hits are on that beautiful cassette?
No, it's not music, Danielle. What I do is I just recite the Jeff Bozzi thesaurus words that he botches throughout the whole. He has his own language.
I do think that should be a new segment of this show.
Oh, it's gonna be because there are people who screw up words. There are people who make up words, and then there's Bozzi who screws up the words he makes up. So he takes it to a whole other level.
Bozzi, I think he's got you on that one.
And in his mind, he actually has a definition for the word he's trying to come up with. I give him credit. He's good. He's committed. He's focused. I love
You
it.
really should go back through all the shows and create like a dictionary, the Bozzi dictionary.
Carla
There's a lot of gold.
Okeson calls him out every single time.
I know.
Listen, it's intriguing.
See? You just can't help yourself.
He's enough about you, Bozzi. We have the lovely Danielle Asher with us. Let's see what's going on with her today. There's a battle brewing. You can see it.
No, let's get past the
So,
past.
so Danielle, let me ask you this. I know you're a passionate Biden-Harris supporter because you're not a Trumper. Um, what what would you like to see primarily out of that first the first year of this administration?
I mean, first and foremost, I'd like to see COVID get under control.
It would be
To
nice.
say something, and NASA, we're both out of the vaccine. I would
Yeah.
really like to see, hopefully
What
they'll
is
hit the
Mosey?
ground running.
Mosey, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to see if I can look down Danielle. There we are. Okay, thank you. Okay,
You
all right.
can't see anything. You wish. So yeah, I mean, COVID is first and foremost. I mean, there's a lot of things. I know he looks to overturn a bunch of things that, like the Muslim ban and different things. I'm very looking forward to moving past those horrendous policies. So, look, I am a Biden, Kamala support and Harris supporter, but I am more about the people. I always will be about the people. So that's what I want to see. Where I'm a human rights, civil rights kind of person. I mean, what can I tell you?
Do you think the insanity of the last 4 years, and I don't blame this all on Trump. This is not. I'm just talking about, like I was telling Jeff, how this country is. Do you see it getting wider, or do you see some people coming together at all? Because I don't know.
I see a divide in both. I mean, we know there's more than the two parties, right? But we focus on the two parties. I think the two parties are both split at this point. Do I see it getting better before it gets worse? No, not really. I think we need to start focusing on policy and not hatred and individuals. But that's always been my take.
Do you I mean, look, Long Island's very split, and I mean, I couldn't even, half my friends lean one way, half my friends lean the other way. Then there's Bozy. I'm pretty sure he didn't even know there was an election. But do you see, because I mean, I was asking Jeff before, because of COVID and the pandemic and this and the quarantine, basically, people took it to a whole other level of crazy because I guess they had nothing else to do. They weren't commuting to work, being at work, doing all this stuff, doing everything, so they had more time on their hands. But do you see the social media and the socializing, even like when people are back out, do you see it getting back to normal, or you think people are just going to hold a grudge because their candidate lost?
Yeah, no, I think that there's going to be a grudge held for a long time. I think we wouldn't have seen the storming of the Capitol if that wasn't the case. There is a lot of fear about what even happens tomorrow. But and you were saying before, I heard you about, and just now, that social media and COVID, because we were all stuck at our homes, and so social media blew it up. I don't know that I agree. I mean, obviously we're home, so like it did heighten, but like people were marching with tiki torches in the street just a few years ago when there was no COVID, and people were clearly organizing and like coming together on all sides of this, with or without the pandemic. I think the pandemic probably helped people communicate, but I think we were already on this train.
It's a shit train. Before I ask Jeff, tonight is Mega Millions. It's $850 million.
What's the timeline? Like, can I go after the show and buy my
yes,
ticket?
and they don't draw until 11 o'clock. But Bozy emphatically said if he wins that he would give us a Chili's gift card.
Yeah, it'll be just like the dinner that Bozy took me to at Chili's. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then I see, maybe you talked about this in the beginning of the show, but you're at Roslyn's Social. Who are you taking to Roslyn's Social? You haven't even taken me to Chili's.
It was a to-go, okay?
Really?
Let's just fill it in. It was a to-go. It wasn't a dine-in, because at that hour that I went in there, it was not my age group central.
I don't even know what any of that means. What I know is Rada treated me to a meal at Roslyn's Social, but not you. And you are
I treated myself. Wait,
Bozy, hold on.
Suck it, Bozy.
Hold on. Listen. let me correct you for one thing, okay? The fact that you were asked to leave a restaurant with your food does not mean it was a to-go order. Okay?
Listen.
You're sugarcoating the fact that you tried to eat at an establishment and they clearly said that's a hard no.
Listen, I just said
Get
I
out.
wanted to use the bathroom. That was it.
Right. Okay.
You know.
All right.
But
Well-
no, listen, I enjoyed the meal the first time around. And listen, I will take a quote off of Keegan, and I will definitely say it's a lot better when Rich pays for it. It tastes a hell of a lot better. For some odd reason, it does. It does.
Yeah,
I don't know
but-
why.
Keegan is like totally like skewed his opinion because he had a very special treat that evening.
He did have
Well, he
had a
like-
chocolate. He had a chocolate treat that. You know.
Yeah. I mean, he might want to say it was on Rada, but like really, he knows that sweetness that he felt.
Yeah, I don't even know he knew if the bill came out. He was too taken away by his dessert.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, I went. Listen, I don't think I haven't. I have not yet to forget that I owe you the Chili's.
You
I
do.
remember it was a
You
giveaway. Thanks to my good friend to the right over here. And listen, it's just, you know, COVID, work hours, you know, you know the deal. Come on.
Well, you know, enough about
I don't
you.
know.
Enough about
I
us,
just know
Posey.
fate is delivered, and you
Let-
have not.
Let's talk to Danielle because me and you blather. We haven't seen her since the McRib episode of 2020. We're calling it, right? The McRib
Mc-
episode.
Now, are McRibs still being sold, or is it over?
Oh.
They are.
No. But I feel, Bose, on top of the fact that when I win this Mega Millions tonight, that I'm going to give you a lifetime supply of McRibs.
That's very generous.
And I noticed that you didn't hate the Funny Bones that much.
I know.
And the watermelon gum, that one, I think you might not have enjoyed.
That was the worst.
You were
No.
gagging.
Look,
No.
I will give you this, Jeff. So I took the watermelon gum, the pack that was left, and I I had it in my car, thinking like, oh, and I need a sweet, treat. I'll chew on this. No, that shit stank up my car so bad.
It's worse than an air freshener.
It was horrible. And then it was like one of my masks was on top of it, and I go to put the mask on. I'm like, oh God, Bosie would die.
Oh,
I
we should
can't
have done that, Bose. We should have got you watermelon scented masks. You would have never made it through the day.
No,
Never.
no, thank you. It's a hard pass. No,
But have
no
you had a
watermelon gum, no
McRib?
watermelon scented.
Have you had a McRib since that fateful night?
Me or Asher?
You?
No, negative.
Danielle didn't.
I never had a
Danielle
McRib.
didn't have one that night because she said, "No, I'm not doing that.
Well,
I'm on a
I
diet.
stand,
I'm
I
not
stand up
having
for
it."
myself. I don't let people force food down my throat like you.
Well, listen,
I don't agree
anything
with that
for-
comment either.
anything for $1, they could force anything they want down my throat. But moving on.
I think if that Keegan chocolate thing came in a 2-pack, I think you would have gladly taken the other one.
No, me or Bosie? Both.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, both of you.
Carla,
Both.
next time, 3-pack, baby, 3-pack.
Wow. Yeah, you know what a 3-pack is? 3 for Mike, none for you guys. That's what a 3-pack would have been. So
One for each hole.
So Danielle, what else? We haven't seen you in a while. You had good holidays. You had a nice New Year. What?
Quiet, like everyone else. Super, super quiet.
No
New
more.
Year's, I was in bed.
No
by
singing
midnight.
from the living room lately.
No, I haven't done anything since my Christmas show. I need to get my act together and literally. Yeah, no, I want to do another show, but I've just been, it was just got to get through the holiday. It was so quiet and so unmotivating, demotivating.
You should do a Valentine lovers kind of set list. Don't do it
Like on
on Valentine's
OnlyFans.
Day because
OnlyFans.
people.
No.
What?
Bosie, I got nothing to say to you.
What did he say?
Guess.
OnlyFans. Come on. A February Valentine special on OnlyFans. Come on. Listen, I will definitely send stars or whatever it is that money or whatever. I would definitely, all day.
You always, ruin my sweet, innocent audience when I sing anyway.
No.
Mike Keegan had to pull you back last time.
Dude, if
Yeah,
you're being
that's true.
censored by Mike Keegan, you've hit rock bottom.
You
because
know that's bad.
Mike has no boundaries. If he
Mike,
piped
these
you down,
are innocent people, Jeff.
Listen, I
Making
take.
songs about Jesus. Knock it off.
Listen, it was kind of me. It was the equivalent of me answering my door naked, and there's Girl Scout cookie delivery people, and I'm like, "Hi, oh, sorry, let me put clothes on." You
That
know.
would be totally
But
weird.
by the way, do you guys get terrorized domestically like I do with the Girl Scout cookies?
Only at my local Stop and Shop do I.
Oh, did you? I just bought. I think I'm up to 15 boxes already. I donate.
Wow.
I donated 10 of them. I have 5 of them coming. I don't know when they're going to send them to the house, but yeah, I'm up to. You know how much they are a box now? They're like
What?
six. They're like $6 or some crazy thing like that. They used to be like $2.50.
Well, listen. I mean, once again, the rate at $15 an hour. It's going up. Okay, so those poor Oompa Loompas in the chocolate factory making the damn cookies. They got to get a raise too. So, Asher, your
you-
thoughts on Oompa Loompas?
Wait, are you anti minimum wage, Jeff?
See, yes and no. Because if you think about it,
Fence sitter.
if you start raising certain things, you got to go across the board. You can't just stop there.
Well, define certain things.
Okay. Well, I believe. Let's see. If you go ahead and let's say you have a small company, right? Let's say a plumbing company,
Okay.
and you got your best guy making, let's say, $30 an hour, give or take. Okay. Now he's making $30 an hour. He's already well seasoned. He's done what he's had to learn and everything. And here comes whomever, starting at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the poor plumber who's been doing it for years, he started years ago. He had to work his way up to get towards 15, and then work his way up again. So now you got a guy that's at 15. So what doesn't that devalue a little bit the guy who's been seasoned and making more?
But why do people have to be punished? Like, instead of shifting with the times, the costs have gone up. We want to make sure people are getting paid a living wage. So
Right.
like, there's a lot more that needs to be done instead of like making the newer people suffer and not be able to, keep a roof over their head or food on their table. Like, I do think we need to support small businesses better, right? Stop bailing out huge corporations and like making sure that small businesses are in a position where they can pay their people $15 and up. But like, why should one person be punished because someone else came up in a different time? Like, the cost of living is through the roof.
Now, let me ask you this. Let's say you go ahead, you own a company, and your income in order for you to survive is, let's just say, $1,000 a week. And before you raised it from what's the average now?
New York is $12.50 right now.
Okay, $12.50, and you were bringing home $1,000 a week. Now, but that's from like whatever business you do, you're bringing home $1,000 a week. Are you okay with going ahead and dipping into your?
Well, you can't ask me that question because I'm a different kind of person. So yes, because I am someone that believes in fair wage for all. And like, I pay my 14-year-old nephew $15 an hour.
Wait, Bose, here's my question to you though. When they talk about the argument about tariffs, let's use the tariff argument. The argument about tariffs was, well, in reality, it doesn't hurt. They're putting a tariff on, China or, whatever, Portugal, whoever you want to put it on. And the first thing they always say is, well, the company always turns around, and you know who gets screwed on that? The consumer, right? Because they're not going to charge any less, whatever. So I don't understand if it's okay to do it then. What's the difference if people start making a better wage? It's a supply and demand of money, right? If there's more money, why is college $70,000 a year? Because they lend money out like it's going out of style, right? If there was no student loans, college would be $20,000 a year, right? So if everyone's making $15, $20 an hour and up, well, costs are going to go up too. But at least these people could afford to do it, right?
But now, where do those savings get pushed?
Which savings?
Onto
what savings?
Savings.
which savings
What
are we talking about?
savings, when you're making $15 an hour, what savings can you possibly have?
Well, Bose, let me ask you this: if you owned a pizzeria or a taco place or something like that, no, wait. If you did, like people are saying, how can I pay this guy at the counter $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
if you pay that guy $15 an hour, guess what? He can now go to the store and buy stuff. That money goes back into circulation. It's not like the guy's opening a Swiss bank account or a secret place in the Caymans and putting the extra $4 away. It's circulating back out into the economy.
Exactly.
He
Those are
goes to the
people that are
car
more
wash.
likely
He goes to
immediately-
he gets a haircut. He does
Right.
whatever. He does this. He does that. He does
Well, now, how
all
about this? How about this idea? Instead of raising incomes, right? Instead of raising incomes, why don't we go ahead and do the reverse and lower the prices to meet the income?
Because the big price that kills people is rent and living expenses, and you're not going to all of a sudden retroactively be able to knock down thousands of dollars a month in rent, mortgages, taxes, and all that crap. That's
So
the
now
problem.
but now then again, who benefits from this raise then?
Who benefits from every raise? Look, dude, the amount of money saved. Okay, look at the numbers during this
I
pandemic.
love the look that Danielle's given me.
Look
The
at
whole
look at the numbers during the pandemic. The wealthiest people in the country's net worth went up exponentially during this. Okay, Jeff Bezos probably pays less in taxes than we do. Right, the guy's worth a
he
gazillion
pays zero.
dollars. What?
he paid zero.
But right, okay, so if he paid 5%, you just gave raises to every guy that that flips a hamburger. For God's sakes, it's a stupid system. Our system is broken. They got to fix it. You can't expect people to work. Bose, you want to have people spend time with their kids or do this or do that, whatever. You can't have a set of parents working 3 jobs each just because
How
they can't keep
about
the
the-
lights on.
How about parents that want to work and need childcare?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many levels to why we need to be paying people a better wage.
And Bose,
Okay.
think about this. Next time you do a comedy show, you could get $15 divided by, you do 6 minutes, right? That's 1/10, right? 1/10 of an hour.
Now,
That's $1.50, buddy, is all I'm saying.
and in that moment when you make that $1.50, now, did I hear correctly? There'll be one new joke?
Ha! Yes.
Not
Now,
one
is it a
new.
new joke or is it a revised version of a joke?
These
And
are all
did it come
strong
from someone
possibilities.
before you or that you wrote?
Listen, these are all strong possibilities. I can no longer confirm nor deny at this moment of time, considering that no places open really serve decent comedy, except for, right now, governors where they have the Zoom. But moving on. Now, okay, how about this? Let's try something else. I have a service company, and I go ahead and we'll go back to plumbing. Okay, we'll go back to the plumber.
Bose must have a toilet problem. He's big on the
Okay.
plumbing.
But real quick, we go back to the plumber. And now you hire this new guy, right? That comes to work for you, and you send him out to a customer's business house and winds up taking forever. Now, where do you go? You have to charge now the customer more money because it takes that employee longer to do the work than it would for an experienced person?
Why would they send an inexperienced guy out to do the plumbing? Because he makes less money, you're saying?
Just because he's new to the company, does that mean he's totally inexperienced and
No,
it's gonna
no experience, zero.
Why would he be going out to do plumbing if he has no experience?
by
Zero.
himself, right?
Well, he knows what an adjustable wrench is, and he knows oh look, there's water dripping. I
What
should
plumbing
stop it.
company would send out basically the dumbest guy on the earth to go fix plumbing?
But it's an example
It's a
of,
bad one.
let's say, okay, how about this? Let's say he knows what he's doing, but it takes him forever to do the job because he doesn't have the years of experience and the time invested,
Bose,
like a season.
why are you? I don't understand. You're combining two completely different issues. Paying someone a living wage does not mean you have to hire retarded people. Okay, you could still have quality help. You just can't underpay them. And by the way, good luck finding anyone coming to your house to do plumbing for $15 an hour.
Well, that's true.
You go to a third world nation, you're not finding somebody for $15 to do plumbing.
Well, I would.
Yeah, this was a losing argument. It reminded me a little bit of other things that you lost. Like when you guys were talking about shows before, did you talk about Susu? I don't remember if you mentioned that one.
Really? Now there's two of you, huh? Two of you?
I'm just, if you know, I'm gonna join in once in a while. I figure I gotta get right
Now
in
there's
there.
two.
I think he
can't
was
win.
season.
I can't win.
I think he was the season 1 champion of Pazuzu.
Did you pay people $15 an hour to listen that night, or?
Actually, I promised $1 to each vote that I didn't get, and oddly enough,
His
I
children
do
voted
remember
for Bonnie.
this. Wait a minute, real quick. This is the anniversary of where I lost. May
Aww.
8th is the anniversary where I lost
No.
my position.
Is it
So
really?
both of you are having anniversaries this week.
Wait, today's legitimately 1 year when you lost?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
19th of January.
Yeah.
The day that went down in infamy for Jeff.
Yeah, yeah, that day where I actually saw personal friends, personal, like from when I used to live in Queens, personal friends vote for the other person. I was like, I hope you have a hot bucket of AIDS dumped on
Personal
you.
friends? You
And
had
not
family.
just- I'm not
vote for
gonna
the
go
other-
there.
You had family vote for the other person, not friends. Family.
And it was family too, family. I think my son opened up a Facebook account just to not make sure that the other person got a vote other than me. My son has his own, like, whatever it is, my Facebook kids, I don't know. And he was like, oh, screw that. The other person is going to win.
You know what, Jeff? It's about karma, okay? And if you didn't screw Danielle out of this meal at Chili's, bad things wouldn't have happened to you, is all I'm saying.
Listen, I promise. Oh, hello to Kristen from O'Flaherty. I don't know. It sounds kind of Irish.
We're slightly over our time, so we kind of sort of have to wrap
shoot.
up a little bit. But
Okay.
Danielle, you know we always want you to jump on and join us whenever you're free, and don't pay any attention to the.
As long as he could stop doing stuff like that, I'll consider coming back.
Oh,
Gross.
just stop it, Bozy.
Sorry.
But listen, we're hey, tomorrow's a big day, right? We got inaugurations, anniversaries. My mom's birthday would have been tomorrow. What else? So 3 people. I'm telling you, man. Facebook January birthdays. I've never seen anything like it.
There's a lot.
I don't know how many people went out and got crazy, drunk, and horny after tax day, whatever year they did it, or spring like Terry McNeely actually said to me it's spring fever. I think he's right. People. There's a lot of people who got pregnant in April.
Yeah, well, my grandparents were those people. I think you guys gave my mom a shout out earlier. It was her birthday last week.
Yep.
So they were my grandparents were those people.
Now, if for people who get really religious and become born again, do they have to do it in the same month, or is that does that confuse people a lot?
Oh, listen, I have a request, and then maybe we can close out the show with this, Rich. I think it's a decent request. No, did you read it?
I did not. Where is it?
Danielle, did you read it? Come on.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
That would be.
Give us. Come on. In order, listen. Do it for Biden and Harris. They would
How
wanted
do you know she's not doing it tomorrow?
How do you know I'm not a Lady Gaga stunt double?
I mean,
Singing the
Are you
national.
going to be wearing a meat dress tomorrow?
I probably wouldn't do that. No.
Oh, okay.
I once wore a McRib skirt. Does that count?
That we all would believe.
All right. Well, I like the request, DiFilippo, but I would have loved to it because you got the American flag and Biden and Harris. I thought it would have been perfect.
It wouldn't have been perfect. It would have been very good. What would have made it perfect was if she was wearing her reindeer onesie. Now that would have made it happen. But since she doesn't have that on, I can't be bothered. I don't even want to. I don't want to know.
I messed that up. If I would have worn that, I would have probably done it.
It's so 12-month appropriate.
It really is. It never gets put away.
Yeah.
It's like the warmest thing I own.
Well, Danielle, my dear, we are happy you jumped on with us, and feel free to join us whenever you like.
Thanks for having me.
And Bozy, I don't know what's going on over there. I'm not even sure you're wearing pants, but that's okay. But folks, thanks for joining us for another, let's call it an episode, because we probably had an episode. Feel free to watch govsradio.com.
I love the baby arm.
The baby arm is out.
It's my favorite prop.
And don't forget to watch our buddies Tim, Carla, Kevin, Jim, and Chris Friday 9 o'clock on Films on Tap. And
Love
tune in
Films.
tonight for Domestic Disturbance and Radia's show. And support the station. Everyone,
See you guys next week.
everyone have fun tomorrow. Bye, Bo.